Hey everyone, welcome back, and another good topic for today as far as video goes and BMW related, and basically helping you make the right decision, what's best for you when you want to buy a BMW N54 powered or N55 powered platform car as it relates to the 3 Series. And this is whether you're going to choose an automatic transmission, the ZF transmission 6-speed, or the manual 6-speed transmission. This is all what you want to do, so I'm not trying to steer you into a certain direction. Me personally, I've driven the automatic, but previously from the probably past 5 cars that I've had to date, they've all been manual transmission cars. So I like the manual, but I chose this for other reasons for me. So I just want to put that out there so that you guys can make a decision, and I'm not trying to be biased and try to direct you to a different avenue or a different way. Hey, so and also, if this is your first time stopping in, go ahead and subscribe down below for additional great content, so that way you get notified, and then flip on your bell notifications for that piece. So thanks for stopping in for that. So when we talk about either you're going to pick an automatic transmission for this platform or manual, let's go ahead and break down as far as, I'll do the automatic first because that's what I own. So without touching it or rebuilding it or whatever, and I'm only talking about the ZF transmission, not the DCT transmission. So so let's just kind of keep on topic of just the normal 335i or 135i or 535i. And so the biggest thing is that this transmission will hold, and it's what torque is what kills it as far as burns it out or just starts slipping and all that kind of stuff. Will hold 550 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. The torque is what gets it right there. So that's pretty good as far as putting a lot of power through this car and not touching the transmission whatsoever. A lot of folks do the Alpina transmission flash, so you get those even quicker shifts. That's an option out there for you too as well. So that way it just speeds it up if you are having that much power. Just kind of FYI, once you start changing transmission tables as far as shift points and you're throwing lots of power at it, it may wear it down even faster than if you didn't have a transmission flash on there for those quick shifts. But the shifts are pretty fast. I mean, as far as driving around and just having it in manual mode, I mean, the shifts are great. It's no complaints there. It holds power fine for me. And with me at 18 pounds of boost, I can floor it at about 60 miles an hour, and it will spin the tires just a little bit, and then I'm off and running. That's if I do not fully engage the DTC traction control there on that aspect. But overall, I mean, with my mileage that I have on my car, that's a pretty good job. I mean, as far as this thing shifts perfect every time. You have that aspect. That's why I went that route for that, because I knew it's going to hold more power without me touching it. Flipping over to the manual transmission side, and first I want to put out and say, if you're looking to make big power like 700, 650, and you want something that's going to hold up really well, now you have to upgrade the clutch and flywheel and all that, but the manual transmission is going to be your best bet to get all the power that you want and not really break any parts and not having to rebuild and stuff like that. So it all depends on your goals and all that kind of stuff. But so manual transmission, if you have the stock clutch and let's say you start adding some bolt-ons and you get full bolt-ons and you start doing all this and you're running more boost kind of thing, that clutch is gonna start slowly wearing down faster and slipping and all that stuff, to where you have to then spend the money to actually replace it with whatever clutch setups you want to do based on what your goals are for the car. So just kind of FYI, some folks will get into an N54, N55 platform car, and maybe it's been previously modified and those people were on a stock clutch, and then once they start modifying it, then the clutch starts slipping right away, and then you have the cost of replacing the clutch and doing all that, which obviously you have to pull the transmission off and do all that. It can get labor intensive and it can be expensive. So you just have to think about what you want to do, and this goes into checking the car and just really seeing the history behind it. You may look out for a little while longer, that way you can actually do that. So those are the 2 options right there for you to decide. For the last piece, if you do the 335IS, do the DCT transmission, so that's a dual clutch transmission, that right there is holding really great power, 500, 600 with ease, without even braking or slipping or whatever, and possibly even more. The sky's the limit with that. No one's really kind of tested the limits to where it starts like slipping and braking and doing all that kind of stuff. And there is options to go ahead and upgrade those clutch packs for the DCT, and then you can. That's another alternative if you want to, make big power. So that means if you're buying a 335 IS, that is a great platform and a great bargain to really go off of that and make a car extremely fast. So that's good. Other folks have swapped in a DC transmission, and that's another cool thing to do, and that's also positive. You can also swap out your automatic transmission for a manual transmission. Plenty of folks have done that, and just some coding stuff or whatever for that. So don't think that you can't do it if you only find your great car with its automatic, but you want to later down the road to swap it to a manual transmission. You can do it. Plenty of people have done it. Works great. So there you go, guys. Simple as that. I'm leaving it up to you to decide as far as what exactly you want to do. That way you can make that great decision as far as when you actually start looking for your car, and that you know what transmission that you want to do and really your next steps for your months. So as always, please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll check you later. Take care.